I'm old enough to remember comedians complaining that politicians had become so boring they were no longer worth satirizing. Well, now they have the opposite problem. Satire simply can't catch up. Everywhere we see preposterous exhibitionists coming to the fore. The killer clowns have taken over. Boris Johnson, Donald Trump, Jair Bolsonaro, Scott Morrison, Narendra Modi, Rodrigo Duterte, Recep Erdogan, Viktor Orban, the same sort of characters, these so-called strong men who so often turn out to be weak men, they have been coming to the fore worldwide. And the question is, why? Why are the ultra-rich, who until fairly recently used their money and their newspapers to promote charisma-free politicians, now funding this circus? Why do they want to be represented by middle managers one moment and by jesters the next? The reason, I believe, is that the nature of capitalism has changed. During the 1990s and the early 2000s, the dominant force was corporate power. And what corporate power wanted was technocratic government. It wanted competent managers which could produce a secure state and secure their profits against democratic change. And this force still exists. Corporate power is still very much there. But it has gradually been mutating into and been overlain by another force, oligarchic power. What the oligarchs want is not the same as what the old corporations wanted. What they want, in the words of their favoured theorist, Steve Bannon, is the deconstruction of the administrative state. Chaos is their profit multiplier. With every increment of chaos, they can seize more assets. They can extend their power over us. They can use disaster capitalism to grab more of what once belonged to the rest of us. They use every rupture to seize more of the assets on which our lives depend. The chaos of Brexit, the repeated meltdowns and shutdowns of government under Trump, these are exactly the sort of deconstructions that Steve Bannon foresaw. Chaos is a profit multiplier for the disaster capitalism on which these billionaires thrive. And the killer clowns, they offer them something else as well: distraction. Distraction is their superpower. We get distracted away from the anger which should be directed towards the billionaires, and it gets directed instead by these mesmerizing buffoons towards scapegoats and imaginary enemies, towards immigrants and women and Jews and Muslims and people of color, all the customary scapegoats.